We will try to understand about this as much as possible in details. Okay. So here we will break down the word light and then shadow and then reflection. So let's start without wasting time. First word is light. Most of you know what is meaning of light, and we see every day in our life. Yeah, of course. Now you are, if you are in your room, then you are able to see your bulb. Light is coming. You can see from where light is coming. Where? From where is light coming? So of course, bulb. For those who don't know meaning of light, someone asked to you what happens to light, what is the meaning of light, then what would you what would you what would you tell them? Okay. Here I would say light, which means bulb is emitting their light. This is what the meaning of light. Or yeah, that's true, that's right. And sun is an example of light. Sun is emitting light. Am I right? These are examples of light. So meaning what would be? Meaning of light would be, we are human. We can say what all things, whatever are there in front of us. We can see, even we can touch, even we can touch all these things, whatever we have in front of us. So all this is happening because of light. We can see because of light, we can touch because of light. First of all we will look the objects, then whatever we want to do with our object. So here our eyes, when light, there will be light in front of us. They our eyes will be able to see anything when light will be available in front of us. Then are you trying to understand? Means we can say, you are watching to me. I am looking this whole room. So all this is possible because of there is a light. Let's assume, just for few seconds, there is no facility of light. Then what will happen? Then what will happen? Yeah, of course, I won't be able to see. I will not be able to see anything when there is no light there. So light says, light gives us to see anything. Okay. So whatever we want, light word definition of light will be, light enables to see us the objects. Otherwise, you can see anything. So can you write that we can see all the materials, objects. We can see all the materials or objects when there is a bulb, sun, etc. Okay. Light hits on surface of the object, then we are able to see objects. Clear? So it happens when there is a facility of light, then we can see, even we can touch. So all this is possible when there will be facility of light. Clear? Now here what is coming again and again? That is object. Now let's break down it. This word. What is exact meaning of object? Okay, object. Exact meaning. It says that this is also object. This is object. A house is object. Car, aeroplane, and book. Whatever we are looking. All these are objects. All these are objects. So meaning would be means we can see first of all property. You can say this what are properties of object that we can say, yeah, this is object. So let's say these are properties of object. First rule is first properties is if we are able to see. Second, we can touch them. We can touch those materials. First to see, second to touch. That's it. This is enough to say. Okay. So if we are able to see and we can touch, then we can say, yeah, this is object. Let's suppose this is marker. Okay, I am able to see. You are able to see this object. So here we don't know name of object. That's why we use object word. If we know, then we can name of object. If we don't know name of object, then we can use word named object. Okay. This is object. We know this object name of this object is marker. So now you can see it. Even I can see it. I am able to touch it. Anyone can touch it. So this is definition of object. So twist is there is a twist. Twist is twist is when we don't know name of any material, then we use word which is object. Clear? This was a twist. So here in a written form, in a right form, how can it be written? How can it be written? Woman can see any materials, even they are able to touch the materials. They are able to touch the materials. Then this material or thing is considered as object. Clear, brother? So twist is object word is used when we don't know. When we don't know. Object word is used when we don't know name of object. Name of object. Then we take word which is object to explain something. Okay, then it's a time to explain about luminous objects. Luminous objects. What is it? What is it? Any one of you can explain it? Any one of you can explain it? Do you have any idea to discuss it? Do you have any idea? So here we are looking object word. That's why it was compulsory to explain before we move on the next discussion of word. So here we saw meaning of object. Okay. Now we have the types of objects. We have types of objects. First is luminous object. Luminous object. Luminous object. Clear? What is meaning? What happens? Meaning of luminous object? There are opposite of this is non-luminous objects. After this discussion, we will move on to the discussion of non-luminous object. So luminous object is means any object. Here we have a word which is object. Any object. Objects are able to emit their own light. Any objects, if they are able to emit their own light, then we can say this is what? This comes into category of luminous object. So any objects are able to emit their own light will be considered as luminous objects. Clear? For example, yeah. For example, sun emit their own light. Sun, follow. If you didn't understand, don't worry. After the discussion, after the explanation of non-luminous object, then you will what the difference, and from difference you will be clear. Okay. Sun bulb are examples of luminous object. Now sun emit their own light. Sun emit their own light, and even bulb can emit their own light. Okay. So on, we have more examples. Next word is that non-luminous objects. Okay, similar, any objects cannot emit their own light will be known as non-luminous objects. Did you understand meaning of it? One second, hold on. Examples of non-luminous objects would be, for instance, this marker you can say house, animal, even woman. It is so on. It is okay. Now let's make it clear for everyone. This it says that any material, take any material, for example, sun. Sun has their own light. That's why they can. That's why they can emit their own light. So this type of examples, bulb is an example of this word. Bulb can emit their own light because bulb has their own light. That's why. Similar here, uh, non-luminous object it explains that we don't have our own light. We don't have our own light. That's why like us is an example of non-luminous objects. So if any objects don't have their own light, that's why they are not considered as luminous object, but they are considered as non-luminous object. Clear? So house, animal, human. Human, we are example of non-luminous because we don't have any type of light. That's why we cannot emit light. Clear? Now, what do you want to see explanation of any word? We are understanding objects, types of objects. Similar, there are some words. So in which in those words we will explain main words, main objects, main type of objects words. Clear? Till here we are clear. Transparent. Transparent objects. Do you have any information regarding it? Can you explain it? Just have a look for a few seconds. I think so you will get any idea to know about it. So here it is already object because here we are looking object word with a transparent word. Transparent word we use when we explain that yeah, we can see from one side to another side. Means behind any object from one side we are from one side, and we are able to see to see area behind any object. Then those objects we explain as we use as a transparent word. Okay. Instead of saying a long word, we say in just in one word. Instead saying a sentence, two sentence, we can explain in one word, which is transparent. Transparent, which means from one side we are one side, and in front of us there is object, and we want to see behind area of that object. If we are able, then we say this is a transparent object. This is a transparent object. That's why we can see behind it, area of behind it. Okay, did you understand? Any object, any object which allow to see us, any object which allow to see us area behind it. In other word, in other word, light coming, source light coming from source light coming from source light, any object which allow to see us area behind it. In other word, light coming from source light is able to pass through object. It means there is a transparent object. Clear? There is a transparent object. This object allows to pass the light through them. Clear, brother? There should be at least three materials which are source light, which are source light, then object, then a screen. This type of object doesn't create any shadow. The reason is that light goes through object. Okay, here for instance glass window glass door, glass door, let us see. Clear? This is a definition in our words, and this is examples of this word. Are you able to understand it? Second, which is one second, translucent object. Lucent objects. What do you understand by this word? Meaning of is the meaning of this word same as compared to meaning of this word? No, there is a something different. I am saying there is a something different. It allows to pass the light coming from source light. That's why this type of object doesn't create any shadow because light is going through object. That's why. Okay, and condition was what the no, there should be three things, at least three things, and I say all time what there should be two things, but at least three things. Okay, at least three things. First, source light, and second, object, and third, a screen to see there is a shadow or not. Okay, a screen for to see there is a shadow or not of object. Okay, that's how. And as we know, this type of object doesn't create any shadow because light goes through object. Clear? Now, meaning of this word is something will be blur, but something will be clear. Are you trying to understand? Something will be on object. Object will be something blur, but something clear. Clear. So meaning of my word is, I mean, something will look clear behind area behind of this object, but something will be not clear to see area behind this object. So this type of objects we introduce to this object, and this is a rare object at times we see. So it's a compulsory to know that there are some objects who have their somewhat clear scene, and whereas not clear scene. So can we write it any object which allow light to pass through them. Any object which allow light to pass through them. So can we write here something light to pass through them, and something light is blocked by object. Area behind there will be shadow which will be blocked area by object. So there will be shadow when which will be blocked area. Shadow of area which will be blocked by object. Blocked area by object. Clear? Any object which allow something light to pass through them and something is blocked by object, there will be shadow of area which will be blocked area by object. Translucent objects. Clear? In other words, we cannot see completely behind area of this type of object. We cannot see completely. Okay, this is an example. You can say we are saying that about this object. Behind object, we are not able to see completely. Something we are able to see, but something we cannot see with the same object, by the same object. So those objects will be considered as a translucent object. Clear? For instance, blur glass, blur window glass, blur glass, blur window glass, blur door glass. It happens with you when you go in street, in road, then you see some examples of this word. Next is which is last. We will try to understand with a figure by drawing. Okay. Next, which is the last, opaque object. Do you know what do you think by this word? What do you think? As we were discussing about transparent object, translucent object. Similarly here, it says that I will block completely light. Light is coming, light will be coming from source light. So I will block all completely light. Who says? This word says. So this blocked by object will form what? Shadow. Will form shadow. So it is happening because of light is not passing through object. Light is not passing through object. Light is coming from searchlight, as we tried to do now, that there should be at least three things from which we can say we can explain this one. So first object, any object. Second source light, and third escape light. Escape light is for from which we can from which we can say there is a shadow or not of object. Okay, clear? That's why we should have a screen object. Okay, to see shadow. Second object will explain which object is transparent, which object is translucent, which object is opaque. And third, light is compulsory to see anything. That's why. So light will come from source light, and source light will be luminous object, opaque object, and it says that I will block all area. I will block all area of light. Similar transparent says, similar note, opposite of it. Transparent says I will not block any light. Light will come, I will allow to them go through me. But opaque object says it says I need to create a shadow. You will come, then I will create. I will create what shadow if light will fall on me. Who says? This word says. Clear? So this type of object will block all coming light, and then this blocked light will allow to form a shadow to object. Who will allow? Light will allow. And it is happening because of object is light is being blocked by object. Okay, it does not allow to pass the light through itself. It does not allow to pass the light through itself, through them. Clear? Light is blocked that's why light is blocked by opaque object. Okay, these are a specialty, you can say. These are character of opaque object. Light is blocked by object. Then object forms shadow. Light is blocked by opaque object. Then object forms shadow. So color of shadow, is what? Black. Is always black. Okay. Explanation of a shadow we will explain separate. Till here, are you clear? Yeah. This is not a rare examples of Opaque objects are not rare. We see a lot of examples of this word. Here we can see this wall of a house is what opaque object. It is example of opaque object. This board, this marker is are examples of opaque object. So there are a lot of objects which are examples of opaque object. Clear? There are a lot of examples of this word. For instance, woman, wood, house, train, let us see. Okay. Now it's a time to understand by making to understand about transparent, translucent, and opaque object by making a diagram of all this whatever we studied. First, this is what any object. This is any object. We don't know name of this object. Okay. As we saw, there should be how much things? 3 things. This is the first, this is the second, and third is a screen. That is what? A screen. And this is object. But we don't know name of this object. And this is source light. This is source light. These are 3 things to identify which object is transparent, translucent, opaque. So we should have 3 things, at least 3 things. This is a screen object, this is object which we don't know name of this, and this is source light. Light, this is source light, emit there online, like this. And now this object allows the coming light from source light like this. Are you understanding? So if light is going through this object, this shows that this is transparent. Transparent object. Clear? It shows that this is how we explain, we draw a figure of a transparent object to understand, to clarify, for more clarification. So here, twist is light is going through a medium. Light is going on through a medium, and this object is not stopping. There is a coming light from source light. Similar, in other words, you can understand that here is you, here is a we, here is a woman, this is I, and we want to see behind of this object. If this object is allow us to see area behind it, it means this is object. This object is named as transparent, and we see this type of object in our life. Clear? Now second, this is object. Okay, this is the source light. Source light should be in front of any object. In front of object. And In front of source light is a screen light. Screen object. Clear? Now light this object emit their own light like this. Something light turns into another direction, and something light goes like this. Okay. So here we are looking what some absence of light. So completely light is not passing through this object. Completely light. Something light is crossing through this object. Something light, and something light is blocked. This is a blocked light. Something light is being blocked by this object. So yes, something light is this side, and something light is turning into another direction. So this type of object is named as what? Translucent object. Translucent object. Translucent object. Clear. So not completely light is going through this object, and in other words, we can understand it by us. Here is a human. Here is a we, and we are not able to see completely area behind it, and completely. So something is blur and something is clear. Are you clear? So let's move on the next diagram, which is of opaque object. This is object, and there is a screen object, and this is what source light. Light comes like this. It turns into another direction. This is a definition of reflection word, but we will come on this discussion. Don't worry. So here you can see any light doesn't any light don't cross this object. Any light don't cross this object. So rather than crossing, this light is turning into another direction after hitting on surface of this object. So it means light is being blocked by this object. It means light is being blocked by this object. That's why light is turning into another direction. Okay. And second example, bias. We are here. We are not able to see anything. We are not able to see anything behind object, area behind object. So those objects will be considered as as opaque object. So there are a lot of examples of this diagram of this object. Clear? I am here. Light is coming from somewhere. Light is coming, and light after hitting on surface of me, it is turning into another direction. This a direction, this a direction, this a direction, this a direction, anywhere. But it is not going through me, crossing through me. It is not going. Light is not going crossing through me because of I am opaque. I am not giving allow to pass the light. Okay, and that's why it means I am blocking the light. Now, when light is blocked, then behind object there will be what formation of a shadow because of light didn't cross the object. That's all. So can we consider it as a path object? A path object. Okay. Here we will see what shadow. We will see shadow of this object. Clear, brother? Clear? Transparent, translucent, opaque object. We did try to understand. Just have a look for understanding for few seconds. Shall I erase it? Shall I erase it? Our next word is shadow. Shadow. By shadow, what would you like to say about shadow? We understood about the times I you. We understood that color of the shadow is black. Always, forever, and that's true. What color of the shadow is always black. It happens because of you can say observation by light. Observation of all colors except black by light. By light, yeah. So till here we can remember, we can understand what color of shadow will be always black, and we see color of a shadow is black. Now here you can see as well. Oh, this is the shadow of this hand, and the light is coming like this, and this light hits on surface of this hand, then it turns into another direction. That's why here light is formation of hand we are looking, formation of a shadow of hand we are looking, because of light is after hitting on surface of this hand is turning into another direction. Okay. So formation of a shadow will happen when there is a opaque object. Okay, when there is a opaque object. Transparent object will not create any shadow, any type of shadow, any shadow. Shadow is the one. And translucent. Whatever, if in a translucent case we see what something is opaque, something is transparent. Mix of opaque and transparent. So opaque area will create shadow, but transparent area will not create shadow. Clear? So here we are getting notice that opaque object, only opaque object will create shadow. Clear? And there should be a level of source light. Okay. Yeah. Formation of shadow. Formation of shadow will happen when there is opaque object. When there is a opaque object, formation of shadow will happen when there is a opaque object. So can we say position of source light will decide position of a shadow. Who will decide? Position of source light. So position of the source light will decide position of shadow. It is a compulsory rule, and we see position of shadow at a time of 10 will be here. Then after few 3-4 hours we see position of this shadow is here. So all this is happening because of position of source light is changing. That's why. Clear? It is a real example. Now, size of a shadow. So size of a shadow will be large or small. It will happen so. So it will decide who distance between what source light and object. So distance between opaque object and source light will determine the size of a shadow. So who will decide? Can we say distance of between distance of between opaque object and source light will decide the size of shadow. The size of shadow. Clear? Who will decide? Distance between source light and uh, opaque object. Our distance will decide. There is a large size of a shadow. There is a small size of a shadow. So all this will happen because of distance between opaque object and source light. Understood? Shall we move on the next discussion? Mirror, which is mirror. This is an example of our life in everyday life. In everyday life, we see when we comb our hair, then we go to the near of mirror. We are in front of mirror. We see to ourselves inside mirror, and we know that inside mirror we are. So this person is a duplicate. This person is a duplicate. That is inside mirror. We can see our image inside mirror when we are in front of mirror. Then it will be possible to see our duplicate image inside mirror. Now question arises that how is it possible to see our duplicate image inside mirror? How is it possible? I would like to say that light is coming from somewhere. Okay, light is coming from somewhere, and it hits on surface of mirror. Then it turns into another direction, and direction is us. No, light hits on the surface of mirror, and then it turns into another direction. This changes of a direction of light is also on surface of us body. Then again it turns into another direction, and this again changing direction of light will hit on surface of mirror object again. This is how we see formation of a duplicate image of us inside mirror. This is how. Okay. We answered our question, which was how is it possible to see our image, which is a duplicate, inside a mirror, and we answered. This is happening because of light, reflection of light. Again, reflection of light, then again reflection of light, then again reflection of light. We don't know how much happens reflection of light. So this is a process that happens, that creates a duplicate image inside a mirror. And I am telling you again and again because our next will be word. We will be explaining about word which is reflection. Don't worry about it. Okay. Now there is a properties, you can say there is a properties of mirror. Now mirror is a transparent object. Is mirror a transparent object? Is mirror translucent object? Then is mirror opaque object? Can you tell me? Can you tell? What type of object is a mirror there? And I would say most of you would answer that this is opaque object. That's why we are. That's why it is happening. Like reflection of light. That's why light after hitting on surface, it turns into another direction. So this is happening. All this is happening because of opaque. Because of object is opaque. That's why it is like this. It is happening like this. Yeah, but how can we say, how can we prove that mirror is opaque object? And that's a true that a mirror is opaque object. Here we see what behind area of mirror is a painted area by silver color, by anything color. So this painted area is stopping from from crossing the light, from crossing the light. This painted area is not allowing to pass the light through the mirror object because of painted area is, that's why. If there is no painted area behind mirror, then mirror will be example of a transparent object. Clear? So can we say mirror, where mirror is an example of a opaque object. Opaque object. Clear? Mirror is an example of a opaque object. We can see our image inside mirror because of there is a process, because of there is a process. It happens when light hits on surface of a mirror, then it turns into another direction, into another direction. This changing direction of light hits on surface of light. Then it happens again and again. Then we get our image, which is inside mirror. Okay, now it's time reflection. Reflection of light. Reflection of light. Can you tell me some points about this word? Reflection of light. Can you explain it? Are you able to explain it? Are you able? Here, I would say changes of what changes of direction of light after after hitting on surface of object is known as reflection of light. Clear, brother? Reflection of light. Now let's see diagram of mirror and diagram of reflection of light. I think so. I will draw a diagram of reflection of light so that we can be clear. Here, this is a mirror. Okay, we are in front of this mirror. We see our duplicate image inside this mirror, and we know what behind mirror is a painted area. That's why it is said as opaque object. We are in front of mirror and we see our duplicate image inside it, and it happens when something this is a source light is coming and it hits on surface of this object like this, and then it turns into direction into another direction like this, and it hits on surface of us, then again it turns into another direction like this, and some light will turn into another direction into another direction like this, then again it will get reflect. That's why. So this is how our image our mirror forms our image. So because of light of reflection. Okay. Now there is a twist. There is a twist. What is the twist? Twist is left part and right part of the object will appear right left. Means our if we raise our right hand, then inside mirror we will see what this is what left hand inside mirror. So right hand will appear left hand inside mirror, and left hand will appear right hand in mirror. Okay. So reflection of light. Let's see. This is object. This is object, and this is a surface, and surface is a smooth. Okay, and this is a source light. This is a source light. Light is coming like this, and then it hits. It is hitting on surface of this object. Then it will turn. Yeah, it will turn into another direction because opaque object. This is opaque object. Opaque object. So opaque object says, I will not allow to pass the light through me. Okay, and when this opaque object doesn't allow, then this coming light after hitting on surface of this object turns into another direction like this. So this is incidence ray, as we know. In future we will be knowing that this direction of light is known as incidence, and after hitting this surface after hitting surface, this changes direction of light is known as a reflection. Okay. So this is not changes. This is incidence. This is coming from source light. So it will not named as reflection. After hitting the surface, we are looking changes of direction of light. Then this changes direction light will be named as a reflection light. A reflection light direction. A reflection of light. Okay. And this is known as incidence. Incidence. And this is above object, and this is source. This is source light. This is source light. Clear? This was a mirror, and this is a woman, and this is a source light. This is a reflection of light. Okay. This is a diagram of a reflection of light, and this is a diagram of between a woman and a mirror. So this changes direction of light is